in a new language, you see it happening for you. And then
Roshni, for a reason we see you.
I think Veenu is mute.
Yeah, we see Roshni now and now presentation. I guess she got muted or her internet is not working.
can you all hear me now? Roshni, can you hear? Can you all hear me now?
Veenu ji, we can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we were at the point where we wanted to say, I can do it, I shall do it, and I will do it. All right. So we left where we were visualizing and we saw that we have achieved what we wanted to achieve in this lockdown. Okay. So subtly you have to say it in your mind, I can make it, I shall make it, and I will make it. And together, when we say, the energy level is different. Okay, so once you have visualized seeing it, I want you to slowly open your eyes and say it aloud. I can make it, I shall make it, and I will make it. All right, we are ready to hear. All of you together. So don't wait for each other. I can make it, I shall make it, I will make it.
I shall make it.
I will make it.
I will make it.
Okay. So how does it feel when you say it aloud, when you declare it to yourself that I can achieve it, I can do it? Does it feel good? Great, wonderful.
Smile to my face.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to the next slide where we are talking about effective communication. Okay. So we say that we always worry that what the other person will think about me. What words should I use? What should I say? But research work shows that it is only 7%. So after I finish my session today, you will remember only the 7% of the words I have used. 38% is the tonality and energy we carry within ourselves. Okay, so you will remember the energy we all behaved in this workshop, in this class, one hour class. And it is all about how you are saying it. It is not what you say, but how you say it that makes all the difference. So sometimes people come and say you sound rude. Okay, it is not because you are rude. It is just because you don't know how to say it politely. Everything can be said in a graceful and a confident manner if you are aware of it. Okay, and the last but not the least, 55% is your body language. So we are talking about posture, gesture, appearance, eye contact, expression, the way you are sitting. Okay, now when you are communicating, it is important to know what are the negative words or the words you can do without. So words to avoid in your communication is I can't do it, I could have done that, I should have done that, but I can't do it. So you put some excuse, I want to do it, but the moment you say but, you are sending whatever intent you have said before that down the drain. So, but is nothing but an excuse. Trying is crying. We always say, "Let me try it for you," or "I will do it," or I will try to do it for you." The moment you are saying trying, you are underlining your failure. You are underlining crying. Okay, so stop trying today. Nike logo, you must have all seen Nike logo. They say just do it, right? Do they say try and do it? No, it is just do it. Okay. If, might, would have, these are the no words. So when you are communicating from today onwards, I want all of you to be aware of these words which you can avoid in your communication. If, I'm saying if consciously, if you want to become an effective communicator, all right? And embedded commands, we talk about, sometimes you realize that if I say something, people are listening. But if somebody else is saying something, people are not paying heed to. Why is so? Because that person who is making people listen to them is using embedded commands. So like focus. Let's focus on this workshop, or let's focus on what we want to finish, or let's say let's do something immediately. Put aside all your worries. Let's start or stop or suspend. So these are the embedded commands which we need to identify where we need to use and apply to get better results. Next thing about conscious mind. When we are talking about effective communication, we can't talk about effective communication and not talk about conscious mind and subconscious mind. So subconscious mind is 90% of your mind and 10% is conscious mind. So success, whatever success you have achieved in life, whatever milestones you have reached in your life, the rest of the world only sees the 10% of it, right? The persistence, the failure you have gone through, the sacrifices you have made, the disappointed you have seen, the good and bad habits you have fought, or to go through the exercises or go through the regular habits, you will not create the difference within your life. So it is 90% will come to you only if you are using and utilizing and implementing and applying it in your life. Okay, so whatever you learn, please go and apply it in your life. When you hear about 10 things, even if you're applying one thing, it makes. So next we will talk about, we'll understand our conscious mind and subconscious mind better, where we are saying that we interact with this world through 5 senses, and we call it 5 strategies. Okay? Number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 strategy. So what we do, 5 senses are visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, gustatory, right? So I want you to identify 5 things in front of this wet white bottle, this, okay, my mouse, and the pen holder. Okay, so these 5 things I have identified. Unmute yourself. What are the 5 things you can?
My handset, pen,
Okay.
book.
Okay.
There's a rubber band in one of my fingers.
Okay.
The book and the pen that I have.
Okay.
The perfume bottle, the camphor tablets.
Good. So 5 things you have identified. Okay. Yeah. Now, four things you can hear. So I can hear my own voice. I'm hearing your own voice, your voice. I'm hearing the fan, and I'm listening to the chirping which are coming. The parrot is talking. from outside the window. Okay, on a badam tree. Four things which you can hear loud and clear.
And the fan I have in my room, the clock ticking. There's a sound that is coming from the session right now.
Okay.
And there's creaking door sound somewhere. I don't know where.
Okay. 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 So we move on to 3, kinesthetic. Okay, kinesthetic is 3 things you can feel. So I can feel my shirt. Okay. I can feel this bottle, and I can feel this stone. Okay, 3 things. Touch 3 things and feel the texture and difference. Okay, one of you can tell me what you are touching.
So I can feel the pen that I'm holding. I can feel the napkin in my hand, and I can feel my laptop.
Great. Wonderful. So we shift to olfactory. 2 things you can sniff. So Mehak, I'm answering your question now. Why the fragrance? Okay, 2 things which you can smell. Okay, so I am able to pull this out. Yeah, it's a wet white lemon. I'm sniffing it. Okay, and then I have this perfume bottle. Okay, it's always there with me because sense of smell is very important in our life. What you can smell, what you got with you. Okay.
My Dio.
What is Dio? Very nice. And then we have, I told you to get some biscuits or water. So you have to taste one thing. Okay, so I'm tasting my water. Have a sip of water or something. You can eat this if you want. Okay, why we have done this exercise here? To bring ourselves to core, to our center. So when 5 things you're combining together and bringing, you know that you are absolutely present wherever you are sitting, wherever you are. Okay, Mehak? Yeah. So we say.
I have a question here.
Yeah,
Sorry
sure.
to interrupt you.
Yes.
Minute you said about
Okay.
I'm Dr. Yatri here. Minute you said about olfactory, and my senses for smell went to a memory where something my mother cooks, like she cooks wonderful sweets. So just that smell came to my mind.
Yes.
So it's possible that when you're in the present moment, you could also go to a memory or the past moment.
Yes, absolutely. You have anchored it. See, you have anchored that memory with some happy, joyous moment.
Right. And there could be some patients or people who could maybe have a sense of, like, say, they could have a memory with some kind of, say, dirty smell of the perspiration, or maybe some garbage smell, which they relate to as a memory, and maybe that's just gone in their subconscious mind. Correct?
Yes. Yes. Correct. Correct.
Okay, great.
Shall we move forward?
Yes, please.
So when we are talking about conscious mind and subconscious mind, we always say that conscious mind has a short-term memory. So what you had last week, today is Thursday, what you had last week on Thursday afternoon, Thursday lunch, do you remember? Yeah, we don't remember it because conscious mind has a short-term memory. So if we don't require that memory, we just filter it out. Okay. So the conscious mind also has a logical memory, analytical memory, rational memory, willpower, and time. So today now is afternoon, and I am hungry. Okay, timeline, or I am late. This comes from your conscious mind. And willpower is what makes you healthy and happy. So suppose you're not feeling good about yourself and you're feeling feverish, or you have broken your arm or leg, but you must have seen some people feeling, even if they have fever or they have broken leg, they are cheerful. So their willpower helps them to fight it out. And you will see some people who are, even if they have some fever, cough, cold, or broken leg, they crib a lot, they cry a lot, they complain a lot. So their chi, the energy, the willpower is not strengthened from within. So this is all conscious mind. And when you come to subconscious mind has a long-term memory. So because of that, somebody may have hurt you 10 years back, but you still remember it because it has gone into your subconscious mind. Because there, in your subconscious mind, all the emotions are there. So emotions of hatred, emotions of love, emotions of joy, everything is there. Your habits are inculcated in your subconscious mind. Who I am, the definition of who I am is subconscious mind. So between conscious mind and subconscious mind, there is a grid about values and beliefs. What are your values? What are your beliefs? The more you work on this grid, the more you come in alignment with your conscious and subconscious mind. And then the progress and the growth, internal growth happens. Okay? Sometimes the things that is holding you back is all in your head. Now, when you see the slide, you see the horse, and you see the plastic chair, what comes to your mind? You know that the moment he decides to run away, he can run away with that chair, right? But why he's not running away? Because somewhere he has realized that he can't run away from something. Because when he was pony, he was tied with a very strong rope and very strong pillar. Okay, and he must have tried in those days to run away, but he can't. And then on that day, few years back, he decided that he can't do it, and he still believes in it. When you see this picture, I want you to ask this question to yourself, that what I wanted to do few years back, which I'm capable of doing now, but I'm still thinking about what if I can't do it. Okay, so this, I will keep this question with you, and when we are opening the question, maybe I can take the questions on this. But I want you to keep pondering on the thought that I am grown from my past limitations and I can still do it. Okay, so just for an example and reference, I was conducting a session, and there was one guy who came after seeing this picture. I realized that few years back I wanted to learn Spanish, but my friends said it is difficult, and I dropped the idea. Now I want to learn. After seeing this slide, I want to go back and learn Spanish. In 6 months' time, he sent me a song recorded in Spanish on a guitar, and saying that I not only learned Spanish, I now teach others, and I can sing on my guitar the song. So it is all about what messages you are giving to yourself, how you are converting your fear, your pain into your power, how you are converting your fear into your force. Okay. The next important thing we say in neuro-linguistic programming, the game is all about the linguistic you are using. Okay. So we say whatever you focus on, it will grow in your life. So if you focus on negative expressions, your negativity in life will grow. So how to change the expression of being negative? So when I'm saying angry, how many of us feel angry? Yeah.
I think everyone.
So
I'm
when
sure
we are feeling so before I come back to this slide, I want to show you one more slide. This is anger slide. Okay, we call it percolator effect. So anger is not the primary feeling, it is a secondary feeling. Anger, if you're not taking care of your anger, it will convert into depression. Okay, so primarily feeling is what? Whenever you feel angry, today onwards, you will be asking yourself, Is it I am hurt or I'm feeling frustrated? Am I jealous? Am I envy by somebody? Am I shameful about something which I have done? Or am I feeling betrayed? Am I feeling rejected? Am I feeling ignored or shunned? If you're not taking care of your primary feeling, you are building up on your anger. So you have to be very, very careful with your anger. So simple example, if I take here, we'll say I was going to work and I missed my bus. Boss got angry. He yelled at me. Coworker got upset and scared. And because he was scared, he didn't help. So I missed my lunch because I was busy working. While coming back home, I got stuck in the traffic and I reached back home late and dinner was not ready. So if you are, we all are here women entrepreneurs. So if we are going back in that state of mind where I have slogged it out the whole day, we are our own bosses here, right? And when we go back home, we have to do many things and we have to listen to everybody. But if we are not in right state of mind and we have not given our peace of mind to the person who is responsible for it, then we give it to our family members, our parents, our life partners, or our kids. If we are not able to do that, then we are taking it on ourselves. So it gets converted into depression, anxiety, illness, stress, and substance abuse. If we are not taking care of anger, this is what anger does to us. This is research work, and it is proven that if we keep anger within ourselves for 40 years, it gives us cancer. 40 months, it gives us diabetes and arthritis. 40 days, bodily discomfort. 40 hours of anger gives you accident and fracture. So next time you have an accident or a fracture, you need to ask yourself who I am angry with. 40 minutes of anger will give you gas in the body. And we say it is paining. Whether your head is paining or your tummy is paining, something is paining. 40 seconds of anger is healthy anger. We say 4-second anger is enlightened person. And now we say, oh, enlightened person, I can't do it. 4 seconds, I can't do it. I say, if Gandhiji can do it, we can do it. So do you think that Gandhiji was not angry when he was thrown out of the train on the platform? He was angry too, but he converted, he channelized, if I may say so. He channelized his anger into Quit India movement. I'm not saying it is only because of Gandhiji we got the freedom. There were many more people who got involved, but he created that ripple. And I always say that reference index is more important. If he can do it, we can do it. Simple as that. Okay, so we will go back to now that we understand our anger.
Sorry, can I ask you something? In the slide,
Sure.
you've written more about holding on to anger. Is it here expressing or suppressing the anger?
It is expressing or suppressing the anger. This is suppressing the anger. Suppression is good.
So what about people who express a lot through anger? What about them?
So we go back to first slide where we are saying it is not what you say, but how you say it that makes the difference.
Yeah, but
so we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this question when we are taking the question answer session. Hold on to this. Write it somewhere. I will come back to this.
Sure.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
So when we are saying next time you are angry, how will you change the word anger? You change the word anger by saying, I'm not angry, I'm peeved. Peeved is more lighter word. It's not depressed. Instead of saying I'm feeling depressed, you say, this is calm before my action. Calm before action. Somebody says, I'm struggling in this relationship, or I'm struggling with this project. I'm struggling with this problem. Instead of saying struggle, you say challenge. The moment you change your vocabulary, the minute you change the linguistic, it changes the neurons in your mind and you behave and act in a different manner. When you're saying embarrassed, you say to yourself, I'm not embarrassed. I'm getting aware of myself. I am failed or I'm learning something new. I'm lost or I'm searching my soul. He, she is a terrible person, or he, she is a different person. So you can go and say, I find you very different. Instead of saying being terrible, you are terrible to me, I'll say, I find you very different. So it's the linguistic which makes you feel differently. The moment you say you are a terrible person, you actually are feeling that terrible feeling in your heart, right? But the moment you're saying, he's a different person, it's a different feeling altogether. So we need to focus on the feeling. And positive words which we use, how to make them exciting words. So instead of using interesting, you use amazing. I'm feeling amazed, or you are an amazing person. I'm feeling awake, or I'm feeling energized. I'm pretty good. I am unstoppable. I'm fortunate, or I'm unbelievably blessed. I'm good, or it can't get any better. You're smart, or you're brilliant. The moment you say smart and you say brilliant, you see the difference between the neurons. The neurons you are having in your mind and the neuron you are passing on to somebody else. Whether you say these words, exciting words to yourself, or you gift it to somebody else, you feel more powerful, right? Apart doing all this work, there will still be people who will call you stupid. So nowadays we are gifted. We have our dictionaries on our mobile. So the moment you write, you don't know the meaning of a person, a word. You write it down, and Google pops you the meaning of it, right? So if somebody calls you stupid, it is like writing and seeing the word. I'm not stupid. You have to say it to yourself. I'm not stupid. I'm discovering myself. Okay. Somebody calls you careless. You say, no, I'm not careless. I'm carefree. Maybe you're not able to say this to that person, but definitely say it to yourself, because it is what you communicate with yourself matters the most than what you communicate outside. Okay. So we are talking about limiting beliefs and how to convert our fear into our force, our pain into our power. So there's a very beautiful poem, which is my favorite, which reads as, come to the edge, he said. They said, we are afraid. Come to the edge, he said. They came, he pushed them, and they flew. So have you seen eaglets fly in the sky? Have you seen anybody falling from the sky? Or they just fly. The moment their mom throws them, they fly. So any challenge, any push in the life is good for us, because that makes us know our own strength within. Okay, so we will see one understanding of confidence and fear. Before that, we see this slide which says, I can't wait to go outside today and feel uncomfortable. We are mostly scared of going out and go in our uncomfortable zone. So today we promise ourselves that whatever may be, I'm not saying to go out now in this lockdown, but it's just a metaphor which we are using here. It takes risk to achieve. Always remember that. So you will see Sapna Dekho To Aisa. In that you see a little kitten. When he or she, I will say she, is looking in the reflection, she is looking at a tiger, right? What you feel from within is much more important than what you see in the mirror or what other people see in you. Okay, what matters most is know how you see yourself. And coming to this slide where we are talking about confidence, when you are confident about something, you know that you feel more resourceful. Okay, and when you are more resourceful, you naturally perform better. And when you perform better, success is definite. You know that you will be successful. If you're passionate about something, you know that you have more, is a natural consequence of that. Now, let's see how fear works. When you are fearful, you are more conscious. So you will, instead of doing your homework once, you will do it 10 times. You will make sure that, suppose I have to give this session to you all. So maybe for the first time when I'm coming in front of the audience and I'm talking about it, and I'm not sure about what I'm going to talk or what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to practice a lot, right? Maybe 10 times, maybe 50 times. And after 50 times, when I'm coming in front, I definitely perform better. And when I perform better, success is always there. So if whether it is confidence or it is fear, end result is success. Only if you remember to channelize your fear in this manner. Okay. So at this stage, I want you to be with me. Take a deep breath in, feet flat on the ground wherever you are sitting, and show me your hands. Okay. Hold your hands like this as if you are about to hold something in your hand. So in your one hand, whichever is your dominant hand, hold confidence. Give it a color, give it a shape. Whatever you are scared of. You are scared of saying no, you are scared of, fearful of expressing yourself, you are fearful of taking a calculated risk in your business, whatever you are scared of. You just take it in your one hand and confidence in the other hand. I want you to give it a color, a red color, a yellow color, a purple color, a green color, whichever color. So one color to your confidence, one color to your fear. Okay, are you with me on this? Yes? Okay. So now I want you to make both the hands face each other. Yes? Face each other. So now confidence is looking at fear and saying, thank you so much for being there in my life. Because of you, I am more conscious. I practice more and then I go. So thank you for being there. Acknowledge fear. And then you see that fear is communicating with confidence and saying thank you again. Thank you for being there. Because of your confidence, I realize that if I can do that, I can do this also. And is the way you do everything. So if you are good at driving, you will be good at cooking also. You will be good at business also. You will be good at networking also. You will be good at vision planning also. You will be good at loving self. So the technique is to identify if you are good at one thing, you are good at everything. Believe in that. So both of the fear and confidence are acknowledging each other's presence and saying thank you. The moment you say thank you, you feel the energy flowing within your hands, and you see both the hands coming closer and closer. Two colors coming together, giving you a new color. So maybe it is red and yellow and you are seeing an orange, or it is blue and green and you are seeing a purple. See both the hands coming together gradually, acknowledging, accepting who you are becoming. That becomes your superpower. That becomes your new color. And then you bring it to your heart. It becomes a part of you. You say to yourself that fear for me is as good as my confidence, because now I know that fear's positive intent is to make me successful. And I totally accept and surrender to that. Breathe nice and deep, and slowly you can open your eyes. Okay. Great. We go to the other slide where we are talking about one story where this is one of my best story. I think it's a lifesaver, where we talk about a donkey trotting out in the darkness because he's thirsty, and he is falling down in the well, the darkest well, and he starts shouting and crying for help. People come out, and as people are, they say that, oh my God, it is dangerous. Tomorrow our kids can also fall in the same ditch, the same well, the dry well. Let's fill it up with mud. okay? And as it is, the donkey is old and grown up and we don't want it. So they throw shovels of mud on top of him, okay? And first, the donkey is shouting. He's crying for help. But after some time, there's pin drop silence. Nobody can hear donkey. And everybody is surprised. What is happening? When they look down, they are surprised as well. They are thinking, what is happening? How come donkey has become so smart? Because every time the shovel of dirt was thrown on to him, he was shrugging it off and stepping up, shrugging it off and stepping up. And after some time, he trotted out freely and happily. So every time somebody is criticizing you, somebody is not believing in you, somebody is saying whatever you are doing is rubbish, but you know your intent, you know the cost of your freedom, you step up every time and shrug it off. At this point, I want all of you to stand up with me here and now. Whether you see something, the screen or anything, just stand up with me. All of us will stand up. And I want you to think about all the criticism, 1, 2, 5, 10, whichever comes to your mind at this point of time. Think about it for a moment and promise yourself that from today onward, somebody, whatever I believe in, whatever I am passionate about, whatever I want to achieve in my life, whatever my purpose is, whatever my intent is, if somebody is coming and telling me, I can't do it, I'm not good for it, I'm not meant for it, I will fail, whatever, I will always shrug it off. So I want you to feel it on your shoulders, shrug it off and step up. Shrug it off and step up. I want you to step up. 1, 2, 1, 2, step up. Shrug it off and step up. Shrug it off and step up. Well done. Give yourself a good round of applause. Very well done. Good. Thank you, girls. Okay. So Roshni, I want you to take we can open for question and answer session.
Okay. So yeah. So Veenu ji, I actually have a request to make. So there was this slide where we were talking about how we talk to ourselves and the power words, right? Can we go to that slide?
This one.
Hanji. So if you may give me a chance, I actually want the tribe to do an exercise which will take a minute.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I am sure a lot of us can relate to the negative expressions and disempowering words that we use all the time, right? Now, if we are able to change even 3 negative expressions into positive expressions, or positive words to exciting words, or disempowering words to empowering words, I think this is going to be a lovely session from Veenu ji, because we're actually implementing that in our lives. So if each one of you in your paper could write down 3 negative expressions. So say for example, in our language we say I am depressed. Okay, so say for example I say I'm depressed a lot, so I will consciously make a decision to say I am calm before action. So from today onwards mere language se I am depressed nikal jana chahiye.
Yes.
Right.
Super.
So can we write down 3 to 5 such expressions, and I would want 3 people to share 1 expression each. Yeah, just take a minute, think what do you say or feel often, right? So if somebody says how are you doing, I say I'm good. Can you say I can't get better, or I'm amazing, or I'm unstoppable, so can we change our dictionary? So I want each one of you to write it down, 3 expressions that from today after this session will leave your life, and 3 expressions which will occupy your life. right? And I want 3 people to read out one expression each. Are we done?
Yes. Yes.
Anybody would like to share?
Hello.
Hanji.
Okay. So I would like to share that I'm very conscious when I cook something. So I could be like, the dish I have made is terrible. Normally, I would say that. No, now I would like to take this to the dish I have made is cooked differently.
Okay, that's amazing.
Very nice.
Okay, superb.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Can I?
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Go ahead.
I want to share, like I usually say, we are doing a lot of struggle now. I would definitely say that we are in challenge mode instead of struggle mode.
Superb.
Very well done, Shweta.
Superb.
Very
Superb,
well
Shweta.
done.
Yeah. Last one. Anyone wants to say anything?
Yeah, instead of I am afraid, I am cautious, careful.
Conscious and careful. Okay.
Cautious, yeah, cautious and careful.
Okay.
So I am afraid. When we say it, I want you to understand one thing. When you say I am afraid, that means I don't believe in myself. You are sending that command to your mind that I don't believe in myself. So the moment you say that I know that I'm always protected and guided, I think that will help in dealing with I am afraid statement. So the moment you say I am afraid, you are afraid because you feel that you're alone, you feel because you're lonely, or you feel because I can't deal with the challenge. But the moment you say I am always protected and guided by the universe, you become a force. I just want you to ponder over this thought.
Sure, Veenu. Thanks a lot.
Super. Okay, so let's move forward. So I think we have actually crossed time, but if Veenu is available, I'll request her to give 10 minutes of hers to us.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Roshni,
Yeah.
Veenu, I have a small question. Can I just take it up quickly?
Yes.
1 second. So we are actually just opening up for the Q&A. So the next 10 minutes, I think we would have 8 minutes, and then we have a short exercise. So let's have 8 minutes for any kind of question and answers pertaining to the sessions or anything beyond that you guys want to ask. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So, hi, I'm Neha here. There's a slide about the 5 senses, right, Veenuji?
Yeah.
So, STM and SCM and LTM. So it was written that
subconscious mind. It is subconscious mind and long-term memory.
Long-term memory. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyone else has a question?
So there was somebody who wanted to ask something, and I told her to hold on to it regarding anger, I think, right?
Yeah, it was me. I just wanted to understand when you say, because what I have come across is a lot of people, more than suppressing, nowadays they're expressing too much, which is causing a lot of turmoil in their own life and in their relationships.
Yes, true.
Could you
true
just
that.
talk a little bit more about it?
Yes. We are expressing, we need to understand why we are expressing that anger. Because at one point, we also feel that enough is enough. I can't take it anymore. So it's like you are bottling it up, and all of a sudden it is burst, its bottle is broken, then all the anger, all the energy, all the hatred is there. And those people are very dangerous people. They go back to your first mistake that you did so many years back with me. So they remember and they are angry all the time. Okay. If the question is how to bring those kind of people around, is to you need to make them understand that it is okay to be angry, one, and if they may journal everything that they have gone through. And then I usually, what I use is make them say Gestalt and believe in Gestalt. Gestalt is a short prayer where we say, we can all do it together and see how it feels. Okay, are we ready for that?
Yes.
Yeah. So you say,
yes.
I do my work. I do my work. Say it aloud
I
with
do my
me.
work.
I do my work.
I do
and
my work.
You do yours.
And you do yours.
And you do yours. I am me. I am me. And you are you. Okay, let me say it and you see how it goes. All right. I do my things and you do yours. I am me and you are you. In this world, I am in this world not to put. Okay, give me a minute. I am mixing the words. So I will go back to where we started. I am me and you are you. I do my things, you do yours. I am not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you are not in this world to live up to my expectations. I am me and you are you. In this world, when we meet, respect, accept, understand, listen, love, appreciate, applaud, and cheer each other. It's beautiful, it's brilliant. But if not, then too, it is okay because you are you and I am me. With this understanding, when we move together, I let you be you and you let me be me, and we grow together and evolve together as an individual, as in community. So what I say with Gestalt is, first thing you need to understand is if the person is angry, he or she may have a reason to be angry. And if we respect that and make the person listen to it, I will go back to my first slide where we are saying deep listening will help. Okay, so that's my answer to that.
So what is this prayer called?
This is Gestalt. I can share it in the group. Gestalt is written in 1969 and it is by Fritz Perl. So Fritz Perl, Virginia Satter and Milton Erickson were the people who started neuro-linguistic programming. So Richard Bandler and John Grinder modeled these three therapists to create neuro-linguistic programming. Okay, so Fritz Perl has made this poem. It's a poem, prayer, whatever you call it. It gives you the choice of letting it go, of having zero expectations. So if you have zero expectations, I always say have expectations from yourself, from nobody else. So if you have zero expectations from somebody, you're not expecting anything, then you are operating from your individuality. Okay. And then anger, the moment you accept, I used to be very angry once upon a time. And I remember dealing with my anger. I joined Buddhist mind actually. I have actually taken it from somebody else and called it mine. And when I learned Buddhism, I realized that I don't have to carry that baggage. It's not mine. So it became very easy for me to shrug it off. But people who are not aware, the question is how to make them aware. So first step towards that, accept that it is okay to be angry. Because if they are angry, they are hurting. And if we can take care of their hurt, we can take care of their anger. Yeah.
Lovely. Yes. So, and what about the person who is experiencing too much anger from somebody else, who's expressing so much?
Okay, so you are talking about the person who is getting banged, the punching bag. One of them is a punching bag, and one of them is just the expression. So the person who's getting it all needs to understand that this start more than this person. We can't teach them the start. They are angry at this point of time. If I am receiving anger from someone, I don't deserve this anger. So then we need to realize that it is not about that person showering it on me. It is about me taking it. So Gautam Buddha once was sitting and preaching, okay, and meditating in front of 1,000 plus people. And one person came, he was very drunk and he abused him and he started throwing stones at him, saying that because of you, I lost my house. Because of you, my wife and my kids are sitting in listening to your shitty words. He used those words. And he was Buddha. So then Buddha's disciples heard that, they got angry. Okay, after all those teachings, they still felt that anger and they got up and they were about to hold this person. Buddha stopped them and he said, don't do anything. This guy shouted and then he sat quietly there. And when the whole thing was complete and everybody went back home, the disciples went to Buddha and they asked him, why didn't you reply to him? There were so many people listening and seeing you getting rebuked. Why didn't you say anything that it is not fault there, his family is here? Why didn't you explain yourself? So he said, why you listen to all the abuses he gave to you? So Buddha very beautifully smiled the way he smiled and said, if somebody gives you something which doesn't belong to you, will you accept it? So the disciple said, no, I will not. It is not mine. So the abuses, all the anger was not targeted or was not mine. Why will it? What I will do is understand that he's drunk and his wife and kids are on different paths of realization. He's not there yet. So it is not my problem. It is that person's problem who's angry. And there will be a time when he will be able and in a position, everybody has a time zone where they come to this awareness that this is not helping, the anger is not helping. So his time will come. But till that time, I don't want to lose my sanity or my calm because of that person. So the person who's receiving anger needs to understand that it is not thrown at, it is not mine. So I will go back to Janki's session where she said, self-love is believing who you are and what you say to yourself. So suppose a hot argument is going on. Can I know your name? Can I know the person's name who's asking this question?
I'm Dr. Yatri Thakur.
Dr. Aarti.
Yatri.
Yeah. So Dr. Aarti,
Yatri.
we have to realize.
Yatri.
Yeah,
Y-A-T-R-I.
Yes. So we have to realize that when somebody is abusing us or throwing anger at us or throwing tantrums, we don't have to lose our identity, the self-belief we have within ourselves, that who we are. Yeah. So self-love is important. So the moment somebody is throwing anger at you or abusing you for what you believe that you are not, you just keep quiet and listen. And one day, when you don't feel like keeping quiet, you can say what you want to say. So we always say that. I will tell you one thing. So this was when I was conducting a workshop in Maratha Changes of Farmers. And this guy came back to me in the interval tea break, and he said, do you recognize me? So I said, no. He said, I was here 2 years back in your workshop, and I was at the verge of having a divorce at that time. And you taught us how to deal with difficult people in difficult situations, where you talked about anger, and you got us this technique where a person is shouting at this level, okay, this level, and you don't have to go to this level or this level. You have to be just one notch down that person. So you are not just listening to the shit, but you are here, okay? In within 5 to 8 seconds, this person will come down and come here. Then you go one notch down, and then this person will come down. You go down one notch, this person will come. So bring him to the level you want. In neuro-linguistic programming, we call this pacing and leading. Okay, so the power is within us. Power is within you. You have to identify how to bring. Set the intent. What is the intent? Have a positive intent that you want to bring the calmness in the family, or the calmness in the community, or calmness within yourself and this person. With that intent, you go and you talk to this person having this gap. Okay, so voice level is this. You have to be here for 5 to 8 seconds. This person will follow you. Okay, and bring the person to that level where you can communicate. Both of you can communicate. Right.
Lovely. That was quite informative. Thank you.
Thank you, Aarti. Dr. Aarti. Okay, any other questions? Ankita, you are very quiet today. You're not asking any questions.
I think most of the questions have been answered. I wanted to ask about this thing only. If we are at the receiving end of the anger, what are we supposed to do? But I think Dr. Yatri just pulled it up at the right time before I could just ask the same question.
Thank you, Dr. Aarti, for asking that question. Really appreciate it. Good.
Thanks for answering, dear.
Thank you. All right. So are we done with the questions? Can we just do one more exercise? Just quick. Roshni?
Hanji.
Shall we go
Hi,
ahead
hi.
with the last slide?
Yeah.
Who's
Yes,
that?
I think there is one more question. Shweta.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Shweta. Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, Shomita here.
Shomita, yeah.
So, hi.
Somita, yeah.
So I wanted to ask about the negative words versus the positive words. Yeah. I was wondering, sometimes is it maybe a little relaxing to just say the negative words at least once, like, I'm really feeling depressed, like whatever. And maybe be careful to not repeat it like 2 or 3 times, but like the first one outburst.
Yeah. If that suits you and you know your strength within, why not? We always say different people need different strokes. So if depression or if anger or if feeling sad makes you jump out of that darkness, why not? Go ahead, live your life. The intent is why we are giving this references, so that whenever you are there in your darkest place, see, I always say that going down, you don't need steps. It's a slide. You just slide down. Coming out of it, you need to have steps to come out. And then steps are also not enough. You can't get up on your own and climb the steps. You need 2, 3, sometimes 5 people pulling you out of it. So when you are sitting on that slide of going down, you have to be very conscious about it. Because those 5 people, those 4 people, those 3 people which are available now pulling you out of it, maybe some other day they are not available there. What you will do then? You have to fully believe in yourself. You are here not only to bring yourself out of that shit, but you have to make sure that you inspire 4 others to look at you and get out of there on their own without any support. So just be conscious about what you are saying to yourself.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Welcome.
Super.
So shall we?
Any more questions? Hanji.
Shall we go ahead?
Yes, Veenuji.
Okay. So
yes, absolutely.
Okay, last slide will go for it. I leave it to you whether you want to stand up and do it. Let's stand up and do it. There is a different energy when you stand up and do it. Okay, so this slide is my favorite. It is the anthem which Tony Robbins has written. So we loudly say together. Okay, are we all set and ready? Give me a yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we say, I am the world.
And the world.
Follow.
I will
I
lead,
will
not
follow.
follow.
I will
Create, not destroy. I am a force for good. I am a leader.
I am a leader.
Defy the odds.
I'll
Defy the odds.
Set a new standard.
Force of a good.
Set a new
I am a
standard.
leader.
Step up.
Defy the odds.
You always have a choice. You always have a choice to feel good, feel happy, feel successful, and what you think you will achieve. You believe it, and it is all the words which brings you to understand your own power. Believe that you came with hope. Believe that you are born to make a difference and operate from that identity. Thank you so much, girls, for listening to me. Really appreciate all of you.
Thank you so much, Veenuji. Thank you. Super.
Thank you, Veenu.
Welcome.
Thank you, Veenuji. That was an amazing
Thank
session.
you.
Thank you so much to all the participants. I think we had 21 people with us, which is the highest so far. Absolutely. All claps to you and your power and your energy, which I can feel over here while you are in Pune and I'm in Mumbai.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Roshni.
Thank you so much. Thank you, community. Thank you, tribe. Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Veenuji.
Thank you.
Bye.
Stay blessed.